Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video, and today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be as energetic or I guess not lively or energetic, but just not as like super exciting or filled with cuts and jumps and edits and all sorts of jump cuts or edits or like transitions and so many like visuals of editing and all sorts of stuff like that. I may have a photo here and there, but this is going to be a very much more deeply genuine video, and this is all in one take, so I'm not going to edit anything whatsoever except for maybe a few things, but other than that I'm not editing this whole thing. But literally today, last night, whenever it happened, Chadwick Boseman himself, the Black Panther himself, has died at 43 years old, and it's due to a colon cancer he had for, I guess, half his life, I think, or something like that, give or take or so, because he was wind up diagnosed with it back in 2016. So think like when he was shooting Civil War, probably. Maybe during Civil War, maybe after Civil War. We don't know for sure. But, well, at least I don't know for sure. But all I remember is hearing that he was diagnosed 4 years ago, around probably, maybe after Civil War, maybe before Civil War, who knows, maybe. We may never know. But at least I may never know, like I said. But he was diagnosed with it, and here we are now, and that he's passed away due to just the fact of it being colon cancer, and died at 43 years old, and that is still, and that is really young for someone like him, because to be honest, when I didn't think he was 43, I thought he was like maybe in his 30s, to be honest, because he looks a lot younger for his age, and that's good for a guy like him. And it still hurts. It really genuinely hurts a lot. It hurts a ton. And of course I'm paying my respect. I'm having my Black Panther thing on. I have also here with me on my keychain is a little mini Funko Pop of Black Panther himself. Because I don't have a full figure of him. I don't have much of him. I wish I did, to be quite frank. Because just for the reason of, but yeah, in case you guys haven't seen or known, the actor last night in LA, or this morning, whenever it happened, sometime literally within the past like couple of hours, Chadwick Boseman has died. And it's crazy because whenever I hear about an actor that died, I always am one to think that maybe this is just the internet playing like this ridiculous prank on us, or it's false like news basically. And then looking it up and actually hearing it like from countless of people, like 3 of my friends literally kept saying, "Dude, he's dead." I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's crazy." I still can't believe how it happened in a way, and it just happened so fast. It happened so quick, and it happened so soon for a guy like him. And I never would have thought he was diagnosed with colon cancer. He just seemed like a very like healthy guy, and especially. The last thing I heard about him in terms of his social media or him posting anything was he posted a picture of himself, and he was very like thin, and people were like, "Is he okay? Is he sick? What's wrong with him?" And I'm like, no, he's okay. He just normally naturally looks like that, because he doesn't look as physique or like muscular or really that much. There's not a lot of like weight on him. He's very skinny for a guy like him, who looks like he's kind of a bit built, but nonetheless, there was a whole thing that dropped, I think it was like a year or 2 ago, and people were like, "Oh no, he's fine, he's okay." But yeah, that was the last thing at least I know in terms of media. And just, this is gonna really hurt. Not just for Marvel fans and Black Panther fans, but this is just gonna hurt movie goers and just big movie people like myself, because it's hard seeing like an actor or an actress pass away, and just you feel like it's, like I said, it could be fake, but then once you see that actually happened, it's really shocking. Like when I found about Regis Philbin, when I found about Stan Lee, I was shocked about Stan Lee, although he was 89 or 80 some years old, 90 some years old, still it's a shocker to me, because he's just, you never would have thought. And then even someone like Robin Williams and all these other great like artists and actors out there, it always takes me by surprise, and it always takes everyone by surprise. And it's not just actors, it's always like the people that you don't expect to get like pass away due to a disease or due to old age or anything like that. It always hurts you. So it's not like non-Hollywood people are excused of this. No, it's that any person you hear about, it's still a shocker to hear. It's such a surprise, and definitely Chadwick is no exception, and all that good stuff. Well, not that good stuff, but you guys get what I mean. And he was a great actor. He was a great actor, and not just because he pulled off a big, successful blockbuster that was Black Panther. It truly was a success because, sure, it wasn't the first, say, African-American superhero comic book movie to ever be adapted, because obviously we had movies like Blade and stuff like that, but this one was his movie featured an entire African-American cast, and that's what was really, I think, special. And not only that, but the different style that this movie, Black Panther, had, and it had very elements of like comic book sort of elements, like the style and art style of like what Jack Kirby would have, and it felt very Kirby-esque, and I think that's what was really fantastic about Black Panther. But enough about Black Panther. But yes, not only was he successful from Black Panther and literally being in like 4 movies, and one of them he had his own standalone movie, and 3 of them were just appearances in team-up movies, and still left a good impact on us, and just a good impact on this MCU so far, and giving us anticipation for his sequel, and later on seeing him in future films. But we'll get into more of that in a moment. But not just Black Panther is Chadwick's was he successful in. He was, I hear great things about 21 Bridges. I'm yet to see it, but I want to see 21 Bridges. I hear good praise about him in A Message from the King. He was phenomenal as Jackie Brown, and he was phenomenal as Jackie Robinson in both, I think it's Feeling Good and 42. So he's got like repertoire under his belt of like really good acting, and he's shown his capability of being a good actor. Probably what landed him his Black Panther role, his superhero role, obviously. And I think like a while back, a couple months ago, recently, or maybe a couple weeks ago recently, I watched him in The Five Bloods, and I think he was great. Although he doesn't star in the movie, he was fantastic as a supporting role, and he definitely left a good message and definitely a good performance, for sure, without a doubt. And it's kind of a bit upsetting a little bit that was basically his last performance, because I have no idea or no clue if Marvel shot or was in production of Black Panther 2, to be honest. I just know that they had it set. I don't know if they ever shot it. So that's going to be really difficult, because he obviously got his one movie, and he's phenomenal in the one movie. And I think I would have loved to see more of his Black Panther. And sure, he's the only Black Panther in live action, but still, he just left a great inspiration to the world, and not just comic book fans, but just people of color and people of the world and all that stuff. And I think that was something really great. Sorry about that, people. I don't know what happened, but apparently my phone or my recording device just crashed on me and just stopped recording. It was being weird. It was being wonky. I don't know why. So I guess I gotta kind of edit this just a tiny bit. So this is just 2 takes, I guess we're doing. Hopefully this will only be 2 takes and only 2 takes. But I don't remember what I was saying exactly, but I will say that it's going to be very difficult for the MCU, because I don't even know or remember if we're even shooting or in production of Black Panther 2. I just remember they were talking about doing Black Panther 2, and they had probably a release date, but other than that, I don't know if they had anything in terms of the plot, in terms of the script, and the cast, or anything like that. If they had recorded and shot Black Panther 2 before his death, then more power to them. It's just gonna be very heartbreaking to see that, obviously. If they haven't had shot it, it's gonna be really hard to really like do like any shots or anything with Black Panther for a while, because to recast Black Panther already and start doing different stuff with this new actor, or start doing something else with the character, and somehow have him being the MCU is gonna be really hard, and it's gonna be really difficult. I think that's gonna be a very hard thing, and I really sympathize with Marvel right now, and I really sympathize with the cast and everyone that knew Chadwick. Even people that weren't a big part of the MCU, like Michael B. Jordan, I have sympathy for him because him just working with Chadwick, Harrison Ford, who worked with Chadwick in 42, and other actors that worked with Chadwick, and even the cast of The Five Bloods and Ryan Coogler, Spike Lee had directed this guy, and he was probably such a phenomenal dude. And the fact that he had such a presence in his performances, whether it be his voice, whether it be his physicality, whether it be the way he delivers lines, or just his character, he just was definitely a great African American actor. And I think what's going to be really emotional is a lot of African American actors are probably going to speak up on this and how they feel about what happened with him. It's definitely very tragic, definitely without a doubt. And it's going to be really hard if they had not done anything for Black Panther 2. And if they were in the middle of shooting Black Panther 2, that's going to be really more difficult, because you could basically have half your movie is Chadwick, and then next you know, like, well, now what do we do? It's like, well, that's gonna be really weird. So, and a random thought that just popped in my head. I hope they don't do this. It'd be really weird, but I hope they don't do like the stuff they did for, like they did with Rogue One, like the de-age effect, but instead they just put like Chadwick's face on someone else's face, kind of like what they did with Tarkin in Rogue One. So I don't know, and kind of like they did with Princess Leia in Rogue One, but I hope they don't do that actually and result to that, but they might, because just to try and keep it consistent for a little while, but they can't keep it going for long enough. So who really knows, to be quite honest? Who really knows? We never may know. It's just, like I said, this is still a bit hard to hear. And at least on the brighter side of things, he's hanging out with Stan Lee, which is probably awesome, because he gets to kind of just hang out with him, probably up there. So at least good for those guys that just kind of just hang out and chill, and maybe he's hanging out with Jack Kirby. I don't know if Jack Kirby's even dead, to be honest, but if he's dead, then he's got two great comic book writers and artists there along with him, just to say, hey, look down and let's, just look up, let's look down and just smile a little bit. And this guy, and I'm gonna say this, and I've noticed this before, but there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And am I gonna keep saying that every time a deceased actor or artist or actress either died or has died? Maybe I may or may not do that, but it's just such a great quote, and I think it fits for every living person in the world, and not just for exceptions. And I think Chadwick is not just an exception. He was probably a talented actor, and I think he was a great Black Panther, and he could have been obviously he would have taken it into different levels in the sequel, and further on and further on, and all that great stuff. It's just still hurts, and I think it's still really going to hurt a lot of people, and it's going to be quite a while until anything happens with Black Panther. But he was definitely a legend, and he was a legend that was a good man with a good heart, and that's what made him a great king, and I give him my respect, honestly. But I don't know what to kind of say, but I think I'll leave it at that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, and let me know in the comments what is something whether you were a big fan of Chadwick Boseman or not. Well, whether you were a super fan of Chadwick Boseman or you knew him through the MCU or whatever you knew him from. What is something that you, I guess, cherish about this actor? And just let's keep, obviously, like, we're to pay good respects to this guy, and just, I think whenever I do like a tribute video like this, in the comments, please make sure to like say something like of respect about the actor or actress. In this case, what is your favorite performance out of Chadwick, or what is something like a moment you thought was really phenomenal in terms of what was the best like Chadwick Boseman performance, or what was the best Chadwick Boseman movie, or what is something that you saw like in terms of a video that you liked about Chadwick Boseman, because there's people that do videos like, oh, things that you may like about this actor or whatever. So leave some good, like, let's keep some good vibes about the guy and all that good stuff and whatnot. And if they were in production of Black Panther 2, or if they shot it, or did they finish it, whatever. If you guys know, let me know in the comments as well. I think I'd like to know that a lot. If they haven't done Black Panther 2, it's really going to be hard to do it, but in my opinion, if they would have continued with Chadwick, I think would have been a great story to do with Black Panther 2 is War of the Kings. I would have called it Black Panther 2. If I was a executive or a producer or director at Marvel, and we still had Chadwick along with us, I would have done. I would have had Black Panther 2 been called Black Panther 2: War of the Kings, and had something associated with Doctor Doom and Latveria. Maybe have Namor involved. Maybe have Shuri become the new Black Panther as T'Challa escalates to becoming a king and all that stuff. So that's just probably what I'm thinking. That's just my ideal. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you please like this video, and make sure you smash the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. And ring that bell and share this video, please, so that way people can just know how much this has an impact on the world. And let's just kind of like spread the word about not only because of just what a hard year 2020 is and how hard it is for a lot of actors that we've lost recently, but also the fact of let's just kind of like good vibes. Just start thinking good a little bit, because like I said, the bright side of this right now is he's hanging out with Stan Lee, he's hanging out with Jack Kirby, he's hanging out with all the deceased writers of Marvel, of Marvel's past, and all that great stuff and whatnot. I don't know what will be my next video, to be honest. I might give myself a bit of time, so I can start like maybe editing some things and all that good stuff and whatnot. But I do reviews, gaming, top 10s, vlogs, Q&As, awesome news, all that good stuff and all that fun jazz and such. But yeah, but like I said, make sure you notify yourself, make sure you share this video, and so you subscribe and check out my content and all that good stuff. Check out my previous videos I did something on the PS5, and then I also look out for more things, maybe something with DC fandom, maybe a couple reviews. We'll see what happens. Maybe later in the week, or maybe later next month, I might do like a whole like thing about like all the different movies Chadwick Boseman's done. Maybe I'll do like a small little tribute to the guy, and maybe I'll do that for not just him, but I'll do that for other actors. And if you want to see like those types of tribute type of videos, let me know in the comments as well. I may or may do them, because I think a lot of people that have passed on deserve like great tributes, and if that's something you guys sound interested in, that sounds awesome to me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And one last time, there are heroes and there are legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And this legend here was a good man with a good heart, and that's what made him a great king.